Rogue tier, we still winning. Magic card, we extending.
Yugi peoples,
still contending.
Welcome to the commentary. This right here is my round 3 match against none other than the Earth Machine God, Christopher Ariano, on his Earth Machines today. And this is my pure E-Hero XYZ deck against Earth Machines. See, we start off with the best card in the deck. A Hero Lives to special summon out the boy Stratos. Use his effect to go get Shadow Mist. Then we're going to Solid Soldier into Shadow Mist. So now we're at, 3 summons. We got our XYZ. We got Dark Claw. I know a lot of his Earth Machines do things inside of the graveyard and stuff. But, I wasn't thinking about having Dark Claw. I probably should have just went Babushka here and still allowed all his monsters and stuff to get banished. So I ended up making Abyss Dweller, and then in the standby phase, I'm gonna go ahead and activate Abyss Dweller's effect to stop, all his shuffling in and special summoning and just like all those graveyard effects that I get tired of him doing, But like I said, I probably should have went Babushka there since I do have access to Dark Law. All his stuff was gonna get banished anyway. He's gonna activate the one that adds to his hand. I'm gonna go ahead and chain the mass change there so I can get a banish off of his ad. And we're going to go ahead and get Shadow Mist effect also. Add the Spirit of Neos in case he, breaks through and decides to attack, which I'm pretty sure the Machina Fortress is going to attack into my Dark Claw, and I'll be able to activate the Spirit of Neos's effect, special summon him, get that instant fusion. So Dark Claw hits a really good card. He ends up hitting the Gozen match, which is really good for me. He's going to go ahead and Exceed summon here to bring out a big old Earth Machine monster. Then at this point, he's kind of deciding which is the greater of two evils, so he can decide which one to attack into. He's probably taking consideration, what is my face down card. He's going to go ahead and declare an attack here. Like I said, I'm going to activate the Spirit of Neos's effect. I'm going to go ahead and use his effect to go grab that free instant fusion right there. Like, this card was so good to me during the entire tournament. Just like that free, it's just basically like a free Exceed summon when I bring him out. He's going to attack. Another reason why I didn't do the Babushka play is because I had the drip. We're going to go ahead and drip during the damage step, discarding the triple tactics talent that I did not get to use, halving his attack and getting all that stuff banished. He's going to set a back row, pass turn. We're going to go ahead and e-call here. Like, I'm just scared. I think, I was talking about wondering, does he have Torrential? Because, I really just want to go for the kill here. I don't know what his face down card is, but we're going to go ahead and just try to end this game right here. I think, what was that, 44-5? Nah, I ended up being just short of enough damage to be able to kill him, so it becomes necessary. I'm trying to calculate. It becomes necessary for me to summon the Liquid Soldier. I just decided to go ahead and try to go for game here, so I'm still calculating, thinking about the risk, thinking about what his face down card could be. I think the worst thing it could be is that one that special summons 2 of them from there and keeps me from preventing to kill him. But we're gonna go ahead and go into the Liquid Soldier to special summon the Stratos. He's gonna chain the rivalry. I ended up losing my Abyss Dweller, but that replaced the 1700 attack that Abyss Dweller had, ended up getting replaced with 1400 and 1800 by Stratos. Like me, right here, what happened right here, I'm a little bit confused with the interaction because I've never had anybody flip the continuous trap card to Stratos's effect, so I wasn't sure if it needed to stay on the board at that time in order to resolve or whatever. So it was just a question, something that I wanted to ask for future knowledge, that way I know, be a better player myself. And we got enough damage for a game there. So the Abyss Dweller, Dark Law, Forbidden Droplet, we drew amazing, so that game goes by pretty easy right here. And now going into game 2, the Earth Machine God decides to go first, goes ahead and does his little search thing. I'm actually not playing Ash, so all that stuff, pretty much resolves and go through. Looking at my hand, it looked like I had one hand trap, which I'm going to use on the one that special summons from deck because, after playing him multiple times and, actually hearing it from him, that he told me that was the best one to hand trap. So, we know each other and our decks pretty well. So he's going to go ahead and start doing Machina combos. Just kind of asking what each one does. You know, they do a lot of things, especially when you don't have like anything like Nibiru or, you know, Droll or something to just stop them. He's going to bring out the one that can banish from hand. And now I'm like, no, please don't hit my Imperm. And it goes ahead and hits my instant fusion, which is fine. You know, it's a free extender, but, you know, I'd rather him hit that than my Imperm. And then I think like kind of like what he was going through here, he ended up like messing up his combo somewhere because he added the wrong card, I think, off of one of his Infinitrack things. So yeah, and he's just gonna try to do what he can. We get a Citadel and all this stuff, and he's gonna bring out that one, I think, that can make himself unaffected by all card effects. He's gonna get some free draws in here. Like, this deck is like ridiculous. Like, once it starts rolling, if you don't have anything to just stop it. So yeah, one thing I didn't know, like going into my turn, was that the monster that he has attached to that Exceed monster right there has a destruction effect, and he flips up the anti-spell fragrance, which I think I only had like mass change in hand, so I'm not too trippy about that. We're gonna go ahead and Imperm on the Exceed monster to see what he does. He doesn't do anything. I'm gonna go ahead and Solid Soldier here into the other Solid Soldier, which, you know, is not the most optimal play, but you got to play with what you got. I'm going to attempt right here to make a 6 material Zeus, but when I bring out the Chalky 9, he's gonna use that, and like I said, that monster has a detach effect to where it destroys, to where it can destroy a card. So yeah. And it's a cost to detach, so he can activate its effect. And yeah, I'm just gonna have to scoop him up right there. With the anti-spell and, you know, that destroying like my main cards I just didn't have, and he hit my instant contact, so I had no extenders or anything like that, and that'll bring game 2 to an end right there. And I'll be starting off this game 3 right here. We got a pretty good opening hand, as I can recall. We got the Hero Lives again. They probably need to deck check me to find out why I keep drawing that card every single game. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and Stratos there. Go grab the Solid Soldier because we got the Shadow Mist in hand. We're going to Solid Soldier to bring out that Shadow Mist to go get that mass change. And this time I'm actually going to go ahead and make the correct play. I felt like, you know, instead of doing Abyss Dweller, I am going to go ahead and make Babushka here, since I do have access to the Dark Law. And I don't think I have Droplet this time, so I don't have, you know, the ability to negate any of his monster effects. So, you know, kind of thinking about it, weighing out my options, you know, and I just feel like Babushka is the better play. So I'm going to go ahead and use those two to go ahead and make Babushka right there. And, you know, one of the things I talked about in my deck profile is a play that's about to happen during this match. And y'all will see what I was talking about. Like, one of the things I thought about in the process of deck building this deck is, you know, Dark Ruler No More. So the Dark Ruler No More comes down, negates the Babushka. He's going to summon the Infinitrack monster, trigger the one in hand to special summon. Then Infinitrack monster or something like that, a special summon. I'm gonna go ahead and mass change here because he's gonna get the search effect with the one that he normal summoned, and we're gonna get the Dark Law. Dark Law's effect is going to banish one from hand. Roll the dice, see what I hit. I hit what I didn't want to hit. We're gonna go ahead and use Shadow Mist effect to go ahead and add that Spirit of Neos. And like I said, you know, one of the strengths to this deck is, you know, my opponent having to out the XYZ that I have on board, and then, you know, if he did have the Dark Ruler, now he's got to worry about the Dark Law that I have on board. So, you know, a little play around Dark Ruler there. Plus I have, you know, 2 Effect Veilers in hand, which came in like really handy. He's gonna be able to Exceed summon anyway, start doing things. And, you know, this deck just, it has a lot of options and a lot of plays and stuff to it. Like, I'm pretty sure, you know, this is kind of, you know, I would say it's kind of a big brain deck, or at least it seems that way to me. Always trying to decide what to play. It's really hard for the deck to play around Dark Law. It's really hard for, you know, quite a few decks to play around Dark Law. So yeah, it's like really putting in work right here. But, you know, the thing about it, he can easily attack over it, and the Babushka is negated. I'm pretty sure that since this thing attacked, he's able to now make Zeus. And I'm gonna go ahead and Spirit of Neos here. He gets to attach my Dark Law to it as material. With the Spirit of Neos effect, we're gonna go ahead and add that instant fusion to hand. And it just kind of sucks right here. For some reason, he links off into Goliath. I would have thought that he was gonna make Zeus right there, but maybe he had some other plays he could have lined up and did. But Called by the Grave ends up ruining like whatever it was that he had in mind. He's got the Regulus to special summon him out to the board. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and during the standby phase detach the Stratos from the Babuska, and we're gonna go ahead and switch that Babuska into attack position. One thing I'm always mindful to do before I start summoning and playing my cards, otherwise they will be negated by Babuska. Also, go ahead and start off with E-Call there, grabbing my best follow-up play, which is the Liquid Soldier. Now we're going to switch the Babuska into attack position, and I hate when he has back row cards back there, so we're going to summon the Liquid Soldier, activate his effect to special summon. He's gonna negate it with Regulus, but it's a good thing that Regulus does not destroy, so we're still looking pretty nice here. I could activate the instant fusion and make another rank 4. I probably, well, since I don't have to do it right now, I can wait to see what his face down card is. Since I have Babuska on the board, I can go ahead and attack, and that'll be my Exceed monster attack. So everything goes through. So now during the main phase 2, I'm gonna go ahead and activate instant fusion, and he solemn judgments it. But and that'll pretty much be the game right there. I don't think it really matters what he draws at that point. I'm gonna go ahead and use the Babuska to make the Zeus. He's only got 1,000 life points there, and he'll go ahead and he tops the Regulus, which is good for him. He tries to attack into the Zeus. I didn't realize that he gained attack when he has a material attached to him. So this actually turned out to be a really good draw for him because of the attack boost that Regulus got. I was forced to Zeus, and then Regulus is going to attack over my Liquid Soldier. I assume he did that to avoid any more rank 4 plays, straightening up life points because I activated the Hero Lives. A lot of times we kind of forget it, and so I'm at 1600. He's at a 1k. The Zeus is strong enough to attack over the Regulus. We kill it, attack directly with the Spirit of Neos, and we'll take that win there against Therian Earth Machine God. So yeah, you got to see the Dark Ruler play that I was talking about. One of the things I thought about during deck building, and this was my round 3 match. I was undefeated in Swiss up to this point. I believe the next match that got successfully recorded was my top 8 match against lezzz. So y'all will see that probably coming up tomorrow. I appreciate everybody for watching, for staying a while to listen, and I'll catch y'all on the next video. Stay away.